Hi, so on the previous video obviously we got the PC link cable so that we could plug the laptop into the iMap and copy over a blank map from the iMap that we can start playing with. So the idea now is to try and see if it'll work and see if we can introduce some more fuel at the level the engine starts to run lean, and that's when obviously more demand is put on it. So I've uploaded the iMap fuel software, and I'll just show you that now. Okay, so this is the iMap fuel software. Now, if you remember from the previous video, all these digits here was 0, which basically means that the bike is running as it was intended to, using its own computer system. Now, what we think the iMap does is that the engine will run as it's supposed to do until it hits one of these bars that has been changed, and then it'll allow the iMap to take over. So what I find with the bike is that if you use the throttle, say 50 or 60%, the bike will mosey along low to mid 20s quite happily and slowly gain speed. But as soon as you hit the throttle to go a bit faster, or if you're going uphill, the engine, according to the air fuel gauge, runs lean and you don't really get the speed. So what we're looking to do is put more fuel in at that point so the engine has more to work with. And basically that's what we think the old Polini CDI was doing, although unfortunately that caused a lot of other issues, so it wasn't a good solution. So what I've done here, if you can see, is at the 70% band here, so 70% of the throttle turning, we've upped the amount of fuel going through the ejector by 20%, and that's from 6,000 revs right through to the cut-off point, which is 9,000 revs. The bike won't rev in this setting more than 9,000. So we've done that for, trying to read this now without my glasses, 70%, 75% and 80%. So there should be a band here now when, if we ask for more fuel, we're going to get more fuel. So the idea is to see if this is going to work, see if we can hit this band where suddenly, whereas the bike would have been running lean at this point and not going any great speed, it will now run either optimum or even possibly rich, and the bike will pick up speed. So this is test number 1. This block here of 20% increases. Now apparently you can, on the iMap, you can increase or lower the fuel input by up to 40%. However, the iMap will not exceed what the injector can do. So if the injector on the zoomer can't handle 40%, it won't do 40%. So you're not gonna, you're not gonna have fuel coming everywhere, out everywhere, or anything like that. So so that's what we're looking at. We're now going to go down. We're going to try and upload this map into the iMap, and then take the bike for a spin and see if we can find this spot here when it's getting more fuel, which it needs to get to a higher speed and maintain that speed. So that's the next stage, uploading the iMap file from the file, the fuel manager, sorry. So we'll go down and take the battery box off, plug it back in again and see if we can upload the file. Okay, so we're back at the bike, again plugged in into the iMap. Just going to turn the engine on, turn the electrics on really. So as you can see, I've uploaded the map that has the values on it we've set, so now we should be able to put right. Actually, what I might need to do is change the dip switch on the iMap to 4, because that's the one that you read onto. So if we put that off 1, which is on just now, and stick it on to 4, which is the one for making your own, we shall put up to here and just go right and see what happens. Okay, writing complete. That sounds promising. Now I'm just going to, in matter of interest, start the bike and just see if it runs okay without actually obviously riding it, just to make sure it is reading something before we get to our bits. So anyway, that's it. Seems to be writing okay. That's good. Okay, so it's test run time. We left the dip switch on number 4, which is the user channel, which we saw in the last bit of the video, and we're now going to take the bike out, try and find a bit of space to give it a bit of a run out and see if the extra fuel at the higher revs and the higher throttle is making any difference. I'm not quite sure which route I'm going to go yet. I might go my normal route to work because I'm more used to how the bike runs over that, but then again, it's, you know, it might be busy, so I could go a different route which gives us a longer stretch towards the end of it. Anyway, I'll make up my mind when I'm on the go. So one thing I have done is put little markers by the throttle, just so we get a clearer idea of when the throttle is at fully opened, and so you can judge a bit more when this extra fuel should be kicking in. So I'll show you that. Okay, so it's just a little marker on the throttle here, so that's obviously throttle closed, throttle fully open, matches up, and you know, you can get a rough idea of when you're at, say, 50%. Or slightly more than that. It's just a rough idea. So that's it. We're going to start up and see how she runs and see if we're noticing any difference. Okay, so the bike's warmed up enough now for the air fuel gauge to start working. As you can see, we're now sitting still, so we're in rich. Throttle's off, obviously, sitting at traffic lights. One of the questions I was asked by my friend was, when you take off from traffic lights, does the needle go straight into the lean? Can't honestly say I've noticed, so we're going to have a look at that first and just see what happens. Oh, they always expect the lights to change. I think we'll just go up Easter Road and then back and round the... So we're still in rich. So yeah, it does still go right round into lean, so that answers that question. Now I do feel, is it my imagination or are we getting more power? It's getting up to 30 quicker. Definitely getting up to 30 quicker. No doubt about that. And this is a slight incline as well, so there's something noticeable happening here, guys. The important thing, of course, when doing all this testing is remember to actually concentrate on the road. We could do with a bit more fuel maybe at takeoff. We're still in lean. I think we could do more fuel yet. We're up to 30 here. The gauge is still showing lean. Throttle's about three quarter on. Definitely getting up to top speed quicker, or getting up to 30 quicker. Whether it's going to get any faster than 35, which is the maximum we've got of it so far, we won't probably know until we get to the faster road. In a short time. There's definitely something happening. It's putting more fuel in, I think, at the higher revs and the higher throttle, because it seems to be getting up to 30 quicker. Sorry if I'm repeating myself here. Now we're going to sit in traffic for a while. I may edit parts of this out if we're just sitting in traffic for a while, so if there's a jump and a cut, you haven't missed anything. I just don't think anyone particularly wants to watch me sitting in a traffic jam. What you can actually see on the dial here is I turn the throttle. Now normally the bike heads pretty quickly into lean, but it's actually reaching a point where it's heading back into rich again,
which I think must mean the iMap is putting the extra fuel in. But I think we can probably go maybe a bit higher than 20%, and I think we can maybe go a bit sooner than 20%. Anyway, I should be consulting with the expert first. Interesting stuff though. We're turning at the corner here, and this, if the traffic's okay, will allow us to get up a little bit more speed. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road. Of course, if it's full of traffic, it's not much use. But we'll see if we get anything extra speed. But bear in mind, we've only put the 20% up to a certain level of the throttle, so there's definitely more to give here, I think. And it's also worth remembering the injector won't put in more than it's able to, so you know, we can up the limits if we want. It's not going to go crazy. It's coming loose. Oh, there's the fuel light on. A wee bit. Right, let's get it up into that sweet spot, if we can. And what a surprise, there's roadworks ahead. Ha ha ha! 37 miles an hour. That's the fastest they've been on this, and I've had to slow down because the traffic's building up. That hit 37 miles an hour. That's the fastest it's been since the Polini came out, and I think it could have gone faster. Except, of course, in Edinburgh at the moment there's roadworks everywhere. So that is the most positive sign. I think we're onto something here. Right. I think we need a little more fuel at the low end, just for takeoff, and a bit more fuel at an earlier point on the throttle, and a bit more up to maybe a bit higher than 20%. See, look at that, that's 28 miles an hour. This is going up a hill. That's pretty good. Normally it'd be struggling. It's definitely getting more fuel. Excellent. Right, back to base, and then we'll make some alterations.